I'm skipping it. So the idea of a global terrorist organization was suggested to them. All of this likely being because writer and illustrator Larry Hama was tapped by Shooter to not only take point on the new G.I. Joe title, but to also basically reskin and retool a concept he had come up with for Marvel already called Fury Force, which would have seen the son of Nick Fury taking on his father's cause and hunting down Nazis and Hydra agents. It would have been... it would be a Marvel editor named Archie Goodwin who would suggest Cobra off the cuff, just off the top of his head. How about Cobra? Watch out, Cobra.
I think there's like some very Hydra-esque qualities to the...
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like
it seems like one of those things like he didn't think they were going to go for it. He's like, what about Cobra? Like, they're kind of like Hydra, but it's Cobra.
Cobra.
Great, let's have lunch.
Well, like Larry already had the idea.
Can one of them be really shiny?
Was that Destro?
Destro.
Now, Destro, was he Cobra, or was he just like a guy who sold... He was like a weapons
He worked
dealer?
with him. He was a weapons dealer.
So he wasn't Cobra, but he just... Cobra paid him for his...
Yeah, and I think he
t-shirt.
really wanted to bang Baroness. Which
Get in line, you know?
Yeah, right.
Could you blame him?
You want the glasses on or off? Off. Too bad.
Too bad.
The Cobra Commander, did it turn out he was actually a Cobra?
Kinda. That's
He's a
season.
snake.
That's season 3 Deke era,
Oh,
which is sometimes
snake.
polarizing to some fans. That was the introduction of Cobra Law. He came from there. They were descended from snakes. I know. He ended up. It's very
The
polarizing.
lore got a little sloppy there.
The Deke era gets
Cobra
very
Law.
polarizing.
Yeah.
I know Fuji Law, but
Exactly.
Cobra Law?
You either I know Shangri-La Di-Da,
Dida.
Cobra la la.
That's right.
but it's one of those. You have some people that just appreciate all of it. You have some that's like no, Sumbo Marvel era, and that is it. And then you have some that's like Deke, the Cobra Law, that was amazing.
Now,
Pick your own adventure.
I'm glad I just watched it as a kid. And
Yeah.
I was just like, I don't know. They're shooting bad guys. Cool.
Yeah.
It-
Like
they're
what you
jumping
like,
on
planes.
love what you
They're
love.
going
It's
underwater. I think there was like an episode where they went into like the land of the dead or something at one point.
really?
Yeah.
fun. Probably.
cow.
Yeah.
But
That
like
could have been
as
the
a
Pyramid
kid,
of Power.
whatever's presented to you, you just accept it and enjoy it, right?
Yeah, it's like
you're not trying to dissect it at 6 years old.
No, and that's as a writer for this show, it'd be great because you're just like, it's 20 minutes. Cool. We don't have to explain anything.
Yeah. No.
They just do it. There's no backstory.
Fucking dumb kids are
And
watching.
then we
at
go
least.
to the next episode. And
They're
yeah.
gonna make
idiot.
a podcast about it in the future. What's a fucking podcast?
Yeah, who gives a shit?
Some
Apparently,
40
until they got into this era.
Some 40-something that has like some issues is going to convince two friends on the reg and guests from time to time to sit down with him and talk to him.
He's talking about him and the rest of us.
Yes.
I'm on the
I'm
reg.
talking about you guys.
Crack the code.
Yep.
I should be a code cracker for the G.I. Joe squad.
You tested
What was the
very
code
high.
cracker guy's name?
Wind
Jason
talker. Wind talker.
Duggar.
I'm 1/8 Cherokee. You can tell because I have a bump in my nose. Wasn't that always what they said when you were a kid? Do you remember that?
I don't remember that.
You don't remember?
But I don't have
do
a bump
remember
in my
that.
nose.
Kids, when you were...
It must have been a Pekin thing.
Yeah, no, I didn't. Smell me. Did I grow up in Pekin? No. When I was young, people would say, "Oh, you got a little at the crest of your nose. There's a little bump. You probably have some Native American." In you. And then you go to a guy, he says, "There's no, you don't have any Native American.
Yeah, that's not true. That's not true.
You're whiter than I am."
You do the ancestry kit someday, and you're like, my whole life is a lie.
You are 100%
Daryl
Welsh.
didn't know what he was talking about. Imagine that. The kid 3 years older than me had no idea what he was talking about.
He was really good at doing the blow thing on a sliding glass door, though.
A la Adventures in Babysitting.
Exactly.
That's exactly it.
Because of this, we not only got the iconic Joe's villain Cobra Commander, but we also got that sweet, sweet Cobra insignia designed by Ron Rudat. Which, how great is that for like a bad guy symbol?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I want a floor mat. And these are pretty easy to make. Like the it's almost like they're brown, and it almost seems the material on first glance looks like it's tweed or something. And it's real easy to print something on it. I want one with the Cobra insignia on it, and it just says "Welcome to the Terradrome."
I feel like it'd be good for the back of a jacket.
Oh,
Like a
shit.
shiny
Hell yeah.
jacket
Ooh,
with the
yeah.
Cobra logo on the
Like
back.
they make a
probably have
sequel
those.
to the Ryan Gosling joint drive.
Yes, exactly.
And you fucking throw that on there.
Take out the scorpion, throw in the Cobra
Hell
insignia.
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You thought he was a badass before.
That would be the crazy crossover.
Now-
Drive 2 just becomes G.I. Joe.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
If you think I wouldn't watch that, you are sorely mistaken.
AI.
Oh, God damn it.
AI
dude.
would cook it up for you, buddy.
If AI had a dick, you would suck it.
Hey, Do what I know. I learned from Snow Job.
Thank you. The stage was set for G.I. Joe, and then Empire Strikes Back is released. So Hasbro elects to push things out by a year, a very wise decision on everyone's part because this allowed everyone to hone everything about the line and gave Larry Hama the opportunity to distill the character dossiers down to what I and many fans think is one of the most iconic yet little details that add an extra punch to the figures, the file cards for the figure pack.
This is on the back of the action figure.
Yes.
It's almost got like dotted line where you can cut it out if you wanted to file it or something.
Keep
if you
it,
want.
yeah. And that is the fun, like
Your encyclopedia.
that changed
Joe
how-
Tanica.
Zootanica?
I said, yeah, Joe Tanica.
Encyclopedia. Joe
Tanica.
That smug.
Just imagine like a
Call us now to
Trying
sign
to-
up for
yeah.
37 volumes.
if you had like a tiny drawer with a bunch of little manila folders in there with all the G.I. Joe things. And then you could be like interrogating one of them, be like, "We got your file right here."
File right here.
Pull out your dossier here.
All right, Ripcord, if that's your real name.
Yeah.
Turns out it's not. Anyways, no, I do the file card that really did change how action figures were packaged because like Turtles kind of had them. He-Man didn't, but like Turtles had like little kind of character sections that you could cut out if you wanted. Cops ended up reusing it, another Hasbro line. And it was used with a lot of different stuff. Sundown.
You
Best be out of town, boy.
it's banned now. It's all blacked out. You can't.
It's very heavily redacted.
Yeah.
Heavily redacted. It's worse than the Kennedy files.
Oh no.
I feel like that probably helped kids live in like more of the fantasy though. Like you're playing and you're
it
like, now I
really
know something about this
immersed
character.
you,
Like,
right?
he is more of a character to me than just a guy with a
Just
gun.
a dude. Yeah. It gave you a little bit more world building.
He's
I mean,
divorced and he's paying child support.
well, some of these would get detailed. Like one of my favorite, and it's here down the line. You know, I'm going to open a floor like, well, what was your favorite Joe? What was your favorite toy? One of my favorite Joes, if not my favorite, Cover Girl. Like you go through her file card and like born in Peoria, Illinois, and a fashion model in Chicago and New York, and like all these details about her, and I don't know, it just makes it fun.
Yeah.
In 82, Hasbro released 13 figures. The company estimated 12 to 15 million for the first year. And I'm sorry, that may have supposed to have been 1983. I'm sorry. I was also
Admonished.
I was also working on my house and managing my child while I was writing all
Hey,
this.
we didn't say shit, dude.
I know it's a me
He's
problem.
admonishing himself.
I
at
know
this
it's a
point.
me problem. I'm aware of my me problems. No, they estimated 12 to 15 million for the first year, counting on a solid animated advertising and comic book sales to support the figure. However, as Transformers hadn't arrived yet, there was no Star Wars at the theater when they did push this to market.
This is between movies.
between Empire and Jedi.
This is a lull. They picked their spot.
Exactly. Because Jedi I think was still like about a year out. Joe came, he saw, and he conquered, hitting 50 million in sales. That's 80s bucks, and it was the toy of the Christmas season. 100%. This runaway hit and license to print money naturally led to the next step in the multimedia marketing, Jesus Christ, rollout that would become the standard procedure for 80s toy line, a syndicated cartoon series. As stated at the top, G.I. Joe, a real American hero, made its debut in 83. The series began with 2 5-part miniseries that would later be rebroadcast as part of the first season. G.I. Joe is officially back and was a cultural phenomenon. I think that is a good point, after getting through all that, to just break for general discussion about G.I. Joe. Now, Brett, you had said, excuse me, God damn it. You grew up watching probably syndication reruns.
Yeah, I may have. I don't know. Like hearing you say, well, it went to like 93 or later 80s, like the actual series was going,
it into the
So
90s.
I probably did see some new ones, but I was still really little. So I probably was watching like reruns early 90s.
Yeah. Well,
I
and
can remember
I know
being
it
like
was for a bit,
5,
it was on,
6 years old and be like, I'm going to run downstairs on Saturday morning or whatever and be like, G.I. Joe's probably on.
Yeah, I feel as kids, we have no frame of reference for when a lot of these cartoons truly originally aired because
And you don't know if you're watching when you're a kid. You don't know if it's a rerun or
depending
a new
upon
thing.
what channel it was on. Like, you know, we talked about Inspector Gadget, and like that seemed like a show that was much older than I expected it to be because I saw it in reruns.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Well, and you got to think syndication packages. They showed up everywhere. Like I know Joe's was on a bunch of other channels, but one place I do primarily remember it was being on USA Cartoon Express. Mm-hmm. It had some life on there.
He does love his Cartoon Express.
Yeah,
it was phenomenal.
It was fine.
It was a place to watch cartoons.
That it was. That I can agree with.
I think we can all agree with that. As far as the classic line and what you saw in the cartoon and the toys, what were some favorite Joes for you guys that like
they didn't
stood
all
out to
have
you?
real names though?
Well, they did have real names on their file card. They never used them in the show. But
Gotcha.
if you look at their file card, they'll so okay.
Because I had like
I
Arctic Guy.
Yeah.
You know.
that
Well,
might
they
have
would-
been one of the guys I had. I didn't have a lot of GI.
Yeah.
Was that Snow
No.
Job?
Hold them close to my heart, Snow Job. Did you have any of the older ones? Because you said you kind of came into them in the mid '90s with the larger guys.
I did not that I know of. My older brother probably did. He's 5 years older than me. So
hell yeah.
he would have
He
been
had
in
to have
prime
had some
time.
Joes.
And I think we had some like maybe left over from like when he got them. They'd be in the toy bin or whatever.
Probably half broken.
But like that was back when people like actually played with toys and destroyed them. But,
I had Monkey Wrench.
but
He
yeah.
was one of the enemy. He would later go on to be one of my favorite Foo Fighters songs. But I remember him because he had the bandolier of grenades. Oh, shit. And he had a vehicle that I would put him in that had like flap doors and a machine gun on the top of it. And I used to disassemble my G.I. Joe vehicles and then reassemble them. Like that was the only time I really like deconstructed something that was given to me fully assembled. And I was like, I want to see how this works.
Yeah. So you remember that?
That's how I played with G.I. Joes.
Was that like, I don't know if that was their intention at first or if that's the realization they had was like, oh, like 500 G.I. Joes or, they can each have their own vehicle too.
Yeah.
So that's more things to sell to kids.
So
if
much
everybody has their own little car, their
Yeah.
motorcycle or whatever, a helicopter,
Got to show it on the TV show.
snowmobile for Snow Job, of course.
Absolutely. It's the way he's getting around.
Or maybe some snowshoes.
What about Crockmaster?
He's got a shovel. It's his main weapon.
Crockmaster was rad.
He's got a bag of salt on his back.
Well, I will
How
say
come all
this.
you guys got cool powers and things you can do?
Law and Order came with a dog.
Yes, he did. I have Law and Order at home, the classified version.
dung.
He's very cool.
Munch and Finn.
If it was a well, those are the name of raccoons at our house. If it was a Joe or a Cobra ally or member that came with an animal,
Yeah.
it's even better. Because like Snake Eyes, I think his second release he came with Timber, his wolf. Fuck yeah!
I get it.
Like a all dressed in all black ninja swordsman with a pet wolf.
It's the coolest thing you can think of.
I don't know, man. How about Charbroil that comes with a flamethrower?
And a grill.
Charbroil is yes. He comes with
Some starter fluid.
he comes with a little Weber.
You got Hit and Run that comes with an alibi.
Yes, just like Heathcliff. I will say, like you had mentioned, like vehicles and figures. What I found interesting in some of my research was when it was Marvel who pushed for like, hey, you got to have some girl characters too. And when it came time to make those figures, a lot of them, such as my favorite Joe, CoverGirl, it was like, okay, we'll make them, but make it a pack-in with a vehicle. So like she was, you had mentioned
They
like,
didn't think boys would buy a girl character individually.
there was like a whole lot of like no faith on this shit, which to me was stupid. Like,
So they're just kind of giving out like the passenger princess with the G.I. Joe.
That's right.
So
So,
like,
like-
I guess this girl's coming with two.
She
I
comes
guess
with a
she's coming
shopping
with
bag.
two. But you had mentioned like, well, they didn't have names; they just had their code names. So
At
like,
the beginning, yeah.
I did save a file card,
Okay.
a screenshot of it. So like, a lot of them, like in the case of who's the guy below her, it's Grand Slam. Well, in bold above it says laser jetpack soldier, like what he does, and then his code name Grand Slam. then file name, it gives his actual name. So in the case of like right above it is my gal Power Girl, Cover Girl. She was the Wolverine, which was one of their vehicles. Wolverine driver, code name Cover Girl, file name Krieger, Courtney A, and then just like gives her call sign and all this other shit, and then goes into her bio and her specialties and stuff. So it didn't always like. You didn't always remember their names. No, you were going to remember their code names. That was almost like remembering a superhero, you know, like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, shit like that.
How about Naugahyde the poacher that comes with a warthog?
I had that. Oh god,
That's real.
that's one of the, and I have the G.I. Joe classified version of him too. He's fucking rad.
Frag Viper looks like Ant-Man.
Frag Viper did look like Ant-Man.
Frag Viper. Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
He very much did.
Brett, was Lady J a sexual awakening for you by chance?
I don't think so. I don't.
Yeah, me neither.
How about Sergeant Slaughter?
That was
Class of '89 for the G.I. Joe.
Yes.
So
He didn't show up
be
till
old
later.
enough to remember.
Yeah.
Well, me personally, my favorite Joes were Cover Girl.
Did you have the action figure?
No, I only had 2 figures when I was a kid. So, like, when I was little and still living with my mom, I would try to watch Joes when I could. And when I lived with my mom, the only toys I had were toys I had from when her and Dad were married. She didn't take me shopping for toys a whole lot. She didn't have a shit ton of money. I had a lot of friends that had Joes. And, but once I lived with Dad and Susan, it was kind of discouraged because it depicted war. And Susan was who she was. And Dad, but I can't put it all on her. Dad fucking hated the military industrial complex. Hated.
He had that "fuck the government" sign in the front yard, right?
I was tattooed on his fucking shoulder right here, right by his smallpox scar.
Oh. That's how you knew he was old.
Looked like a button on a mattress.
Smallpox, that's another G.I. Joe.
That's G.I.
I think.
Joe.
Yeah.
He comes with a series of syringes.
Constantly sick.
Comes with a real thermometer, a real glass and mercury,
polio blanket.
And a polio blanket. Cover Girl, I loved her because she's from Peoria. Like, she was born in Peoria. Still love Cover Girl. I have 2 versions of her in my classified line. I almost brought both tonight. Snake Eyes, of course, he's just the coolest. And I would say Flint. Flint is one that really stood out to me. Like, he had that rich voice during the PSA. Not so fast. And knowing is half the battle. That Flint is who you hear in the intro.
Okay.
Who? I looked this up. I couldn't find who like sang the song.
I couldn't
it
find
was
that
like
either.
the conclusion that the internet got me to was like it was just somebody that worked, like somebody in their department.
It was just
creative
somebody
department.
at Griffin Bacall.
Yeah, they're like, this guy's got like a deep voice, like the guy who did the Grinch song.
Yeah.
Let's just have him sing the song. I thought maybe they would have recruited somebody because I was curious, and I was like,
it was just somebody in their one of their departments, because that was kind of how some agencies worked back then. Like, well, we have an art department, we have a music department, we have a this department. And I'm sure with enough digging somewhere, there's information like, well, this was the guy who was working in sound at this point in time, and he did happen to sing.
Yeah. Nobody was thinking about the songwriting royalties back then.
Oh, hell no. Not back
It's
then.
a pretty iconic track.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
It's no Shooky Levy.
I think there are some. I saw there's some credited writers for the track, but not, like, the actual performance was like
Whoever sang
nobody
it,
knows.
I didn't come across
Frank
it myself.
Stallone.
It was Frank Stallone.
Oh, he's good.
Frank Stallone.
He's real good.
So what about you guys as far as like revisiting the cartoons? Are there some Joes that are like, no, that guy was cool. That was the cool one. I know if whether you own them or not, if you watch the cartoon,
I didn't
either
watch it a lot when I was in. I really didn't watch. I was more of a Masters of the Universe.
you're
guy.
more of a Motu
Same.
dude.
But friends had it. I had a couple. I feel like I just had rogue Joes that somehow mysteriously ended up in my house. I didn't have a lot.
Yeah.
And then you always like you'd pull them apart to see that black rubber band.
Oh,
Yep.
the O-ring,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
He's a rubber band man.
Yeah. You're a bad man.
How's that go,
Dean?
Dean? Rubber band man.
I'm a rubber band man. I'm a rubber band man.
God help you if that thing snaps. I'm sure there's a way to fix it, but not when you're 5 and a half.
No.
You go to the hardware store, you get a new O-ring.
One of mine became paraplegic.
Oh no!
Yeah, he lost his lower torso
G.I.
in the
Slow
war.
now.
Yeah. He's just propped up shotgun in the vehicle. He's just there for a good time.
Well, every battle has casualties.
Exactly.
Yes,
You know?
yes. Maybe they split apart and then you just put like some spaghetti and sauce. Like, oh,
Oh,
dying out here.
But no, I had like 3 vehicles, and they each came with a figure, and then I maybe had 2 or 3 rando Joes. But yeah, like I had a big plane. Like that was one of my big Christmas toys. Okay. I can't remember what it was called, but I wasn't going to get the USS flag to land it on, but I had
Do you remember that?
planes.
I remember that. Yeah, we didn't have it or anything, but I do remember the.
Did any of you, as a kid, ever see it in person?
No.
It was fucking breathtaking.
No, it was just like lore. It was like somebody who owned like the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, I was looking for the kid. I wanted to land my plane.
I'm in my neighborhood.
I may have had there may have been a neighbor kid of mine that had. I can't remember, but like I said on the show a couple months ago, I was at that store in North Peoria when toys were toys, and they had the USS flag all set up. It's here in Peoria right now. You can go see it if you want. Oh, yeah. I think it was like $5,000 complete. Ooh. They got the box and everything. I was watching the first episode of G.I. Joe's Real American Hero, and I didn't realize that General Flag was a real character. And that the thing it's named after him, apparently, the aircraft carrier, because he's in the first, I don't know how many episodes he's in, but he's at the very least in the first episode of the show.
Yeah.
Who's the dude? I feel like he was in a lot of episodes. I don't remember his name, but he was just like the guy. He had a big black mustache.
Marine?
Yeah, he seemed like one of the constant guys that was just like...
Big dude?
Yeah.
That was Gung Ho.
Okay.
Gung Ho.
Nice. I do remember that guy. I thought he was pretty cool. Like...
Oh, yeah.
Because he just seemed like the classic,
big,
like,
beefy,
tough guy.
Badass dude.
Yeah,
like,
he had a cool mustache, and he's just like, yeah, man, nobody
Big
messes
old
with this
chest
guy.
hat.
I wish I still had this.
Oh, your Sky Striker?
Yeah.
Sky Striker. The
Valued
Sky
at
Striker was
$389.
cool. Oh, yeah.
eBay.
Mama.
Vintage Joe shit. Cheddar.
Yeah. And it came with a parachute guy.
We had talked, too, about my brother. I don't know have you been to the item shop?
I have been to the item shop.
So that's my brother's shop.
Yeah.
Him and Frank own that, and they someone came in with some G.I. Joe stuff, and I think it was like a Snake Eyes or something. And
somebody came in with some Grail items, but like, one of them was a Snake Eyes. That's just like
it was just a little thing, and I think it has a sticker on there. Kmart $249.
Yeah,
I think it was worth like $7,000-8,000.
Oh man,
it's
crazy.
crazy.
I think it's a little north of that.
Okay, but still, it's crazy that like if you were somehow not in ripping these packages open to get to the toys and set them on a shelf somewhere, buy a house.
Yeah. The Snake Eyes, I think that clocked in. I think it was over. The grade on it was, I think it was over 9.3. It was pretty up there.
On the Richter scale.
There is one kid, and it's funny you mentioned Gung Ho. One of the voices you'll hear through the episode. I had some Joe's fans that are also creators record little somethings for us to dip into this episode here and there that I'll give to Dustin to do with what he will. And one of them is my pal Lawrence, who runs the very successful Punk with Toys YouTube channel. Big Joe's dude. Usually when he's set up, he has a flag. I think it's complete. Gung Ho is like his favorite Joe. I knew one kid growing up who had a flag, and I think he went to high school with him. I'm pretty certain Brandon Martin had one.
Okay, yeah.
And if I remember, his dad did okay as far as money goes, and he was a Joe's kid. And it was I seeing a flag when you were a kid. It's pretty incredible even now because
it's like a double rainbow.
It's
I
double.
I feel like I only saw one on TV or something.
Yeah. I mean, it's a 7-foot long playset.
Piece of shitty plastic.
And it doesn't fit in a bedroom. Nobody's bedroom's that
Well, if you got a big bedroom.
Not where I come from.
If you're a 45-year-old man and you have an entire basement dedicated to G.I. Joes, it fits perfectly in there.
It's like the modern day, like a big train set in your basement, but it's guys our age with G.I.
They were
Joes.
thinking way ahead back then. They're like,
absolutely.
This isn't going to be valuable now, but wait, like 30 years from now, or
Did they ever make a slip and slide version of the USS flag? Because that seems like a wasted opportunity. You're the plane, and you land in your backyard.
No, but I like where your head's
See?
at.
How big?
I'm an idea man.
How big is your bedroom? Oh, it's a 12 by flag. That's what you say back.
In some rooms, it probably would take up the entire wall. For me personally, like my favorite Cobra agents was, of course, the Baroness. Well, yes, it was a sexual awakening. Dr. Mindbender, I liked him, and of course, Cobra Commander and Destro. Just little weird looking sons of bitches.
Yeah.
I like those. And I would also say a contender to that would be Serpentor.
Yeah, he's the later guy.
Later guy, season 2.
Big
season
list.
2.
Yeah, and didn't he have a big staff or something?
He had a staff and like a cobra-like headdress outfit.
Oh, yeah.
Had the air chariot. Like he was a real son of a bitch. Anybody like as far as toys go? I mean, I would say Sky Striker probably for you. Favorite toy that whether you owned it or a friend.
Yeah,
owned
it was
it.
pretty badass.
Yeah, Sky Striker was fucking cool.
That was a big Christmas present.
Yeah.
that year.
I never owned one, but the Mobile Command Center and the Terradrome I thought were both really fucking cool.
What were your favorites, Brett, that you had?
Again, I don't remember having a
Or
ton
what
of,
survived your brother.
Yeah, what survived my brother was mostly just the action figures. I don't think we had any of the big
Any of the
things.
big stuff.
You have one in each hand while you're watching the History Channel. And
Yeah.
take that.
Yep,
Take that, Kaiser!
that's right. yeah.
I'm going to kill the Japanazis!
Another funny story from that time era is I don't think I was old enough to understand. Like the History Channel just assumes that you know who the bad guys are,
Right.
And I got in trouble at school because I drew like a Nazi guy.
Oh, boy.
Because I they had a sharp uniform. I drew the flag.
They were
behind
good
them.
at branding.
They had good branding.
That's the bad thing about bad guys.
Yeah,
They
like my
look
parents are
rad.
like, "Why? Your teacher's concerned. Why did you draw this?" And I'm like, "Oh, I just saw it on TV. I don't know. I don't know."
Because I love the
bad?
Third Reich.
You're overachieving. We're not going to get into that until you're in junior high.
I got into trouble for something very similar.
Oh, boy.
So when I was about, oh heavens, I think it was it was first or second grade. My maternal grandma sent me like a care package for my birthday, and she knew I loved cartoons. She knew I loved Looney Tunes, and it was like a VHS, just like a compilation of Warner Brother cartoons. And a lot of it was just like stuff that was like probably was becoming public domain at the time. There was some black and white cartoons on there, and one of them was a war propaganda one that takes place on a farm.
Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes. And it was one where at one point a chicken lays a bad egg, and the bad egg is black with a circle with a swastika on it, and hatches, and out pops a duck Hitler, who is joined, I think.
Does he have the little stash?
Yep.
Yeah.
And guess.
It ruined that mustache for everybody.
And I thought it was fun. And he ends
Except for Jordan.
right.
Can you imagine the ego of a guy who's like, hold on, I can fix this.
Yeah, I'll bring it back.
I'm bringing it back. Long story short, I thought it was very funny. I knew it was related to World War II, and my dad watched Victory. It's a pre-History Channel. My dad watched Victory at Sea all the time on A&E. So I decided one day during quiet time when we were allowed to draw or do whatever, I'm going to draw that duck. And I did draw it incredibly well.
Right there in school.
Including the swastika.
Yeah, I mean,
And that
part of it.
The teacher was like, she wasn't mean or nasty. She just asked a lot of questions. Well, where did you see this? And I told her, well, where did you get that? It was a gift from my grandma. Do your parents know that was on there? I don't know. My dad just put it in and let me watch it because he knew it was cartoons. Okay, and who did you draw this for? My dad. Well, why did you draw it for him? Because my dad likes World War II stuff. He watches Victory at Sea all the time. And I will give Dad and Susan some credit. They didn't scream at me. I didn't get grounded. I was very confused. I remember
Yeah,
crying.
he didn't know.
I started bawling because I thought I was in trouble. I was like, I just wanted to draw this for my dad.
I just want everyone to have blonde hair and blue eyes.
I just want everybody to look like me. But anyways, no, I got.
Yeah, I think
I
my
wouldn't say I
parents'
got in
reaction
trouble,
was-
but it was a thing.
Yeah, it was the same for me. I don't think I got in trouble. I think it was just like,
We need to
what's going on here? Like, maybe you're not understanding what you're watching. You know,
Maybe we put this in the context.
But like the Cobra, it looks cool, right? We're just talking about Drive and Ryan Gosling and the symbolism, and then
they got the cool logo. And
they're organized
usually
seemingly.
All kind of. They got the group thing going, and they're all synced up.
They
And you're
look
like,
cool.
I'm telling you, Drive 2,
Yeah.
Cobra Boogaloo.
All right, we'll write it.
Okay,
We'll throw it to the AI machine.
yes.
There he goes again.
No, what did there he goes giving snow jobs to fucking AI. What goes up?
I'm just ahead of the curve.
was-
You're gonna be sucking that AI cock someday too. buddy.
Oh heavens!
We're all gonna be doing it. We're gonna
No.
be feeding off the teat.
What goes up must come down, and G.I. Joe was no different, though its staying power was a little stronger. 1987 sees G.I. Joe the movie at the height of its popularity.
You're born.
This was in '87, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember this. Yeah, I don't remember the movie, but I remember like reading.
He popped right out of the womb and was like, "Goo goo gaga,
I did
G.I.
not
Joe
do
movie."
as much research as you did, obviously, but I was like, we're going to talk about this. I should have a general timeline of what we're talking about. And I was like, oh, 87, yeah. That's when the movie came out. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't think my parents took me.
No.
At like 3 months old or something.
No.
Do they cuss in it? Like they do the Transformers?
No, not like the
I'll have to ask
Transformers
him. They
movie.
might have took my brother.
Oh, if he was...
Yeah, if he was like 5 years
older
old,
than
probably,
you?
yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, actually, so here's what happened. Releasing a movie based on their toy line, this was a move Hasbro had attempted previously with both Transformers and My Little Pony in 1986, and that did not go well. My Little Pony ended up tanking at the box office. Transformers was very polarizing because they killed Cartoon Dad. They killed Optimus Prime in it because the idea was we're going to kill him off. We're going to introduce new Transformers. We're going to make this character Hot Rod end up becoming Rodimus Prime. That did not go well at all. And I think both movies combined ended up costing Hasbro about $10 million.
Time to make another Hungry Hungry Hippos. We got a fifth hippo.
Famished fruit bats. So they did make the G.I. Joe movie, and initially Duke was going to die in it because Serpentor throws a snake at his heart.
Oh, dear.
His staff was a snake, apparently.
Evidently.
That just was like, had rigor mortis until he like willed it to live.
magic.
Yes. Yeah. It was
magic. So they end up changing that just with a line of dialogue. Duke was fine. He was resting in the hospital. Duke didn't die.
I think by canon he was stabbed in the heart.
Yes.
I don't know how many guys come back from that, but
the snake
Duke's
went straight into his heart, but
Duke's
he was
a real
fine.
bastard. Yeah,
He came out of the coma.
That's pretty common in the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
And then they turned him into a born-again Christian character. And he was the...
He became a snake handler.
He's resurrected now.
Evangelical preacher of...
Evangelical?
Yeah, he was a jellicle preacher.
That happens to a lot of people that have a near-death experience. They
Yep.
come out of it and they're like, you know what? I really had some time to think about my life in the hospital.
I think I saw God there
I think
at the end.
I think I found Christ.
I think maybe...
No, that was just the
maybe
venom.
I'm God.
That was just the snake venom in your heart. You're hallucinating.
Uncle Billy Bobby.
Yeah.
While the series by Sunbow, Marvel Productions, and Toei was a critical success, it was also a financial disaster. So in 1989, while the film set up plot points for a third season, this would ultimately not come to pass as the license would pass to Deke in 89, who they would do the third season. Now, had things gone according to plan, the third season, I think, would have seen Cobra would have been... there was an issue with Cobra, but the Joes then would have been focusing on a crime organization called the Coil, led by those twins, those two twins that I think were previously accountants that got bored, Tomax and Zaymont. And if I'm not mistaken, their lore is I think they were accountants or Wall Street.
So they
just got bored.
They decided to make the big bad guys accountants.
Greed is good.
That seems like a bad.
I don't know.
Maybe there's a dumb guys in charge of G.I. Joe.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be weird to go through the whole lineup of villains and be
I
like,
think
I'm gonna go with these guys.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
and like
the guys who are crunching numbers. Those are the number one.
those
guys.
are the guys.
But I mean, there was like a kind of a recession in the 80s, right? Like,
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
maybe they're targeting that. Yeah.
Black Tuesday.
Yeah, maybe they're like, you know what?
Or Black
Let's
Monday
make these
in
guys
America,
the
Black
villains.
Tuesday in
They ruined the
Australia.
economy.
This whole season of G.I. Joe, they'll be playing Moneyball. That's how we get back on track.
The Deke series would ultimately last 2 seasons comprised of 44 episodes between 1989 and 1991, abandoning anything set up by the film. Sunbow would return to the franchise in 1994 with a straight-to-video pilot titled Sergeant Slaughter and His Screaming Eagles. I do remember that. I rented that at one
Now,
point.
Sergeant Slaughter was originally a wrestler, right? It started there.
Yeah.
And bled into G.I. Joe.
They had some insane crossovers. So, like,
let's talk about some of the crossovers.
Well, comic book wise, they did do a crossover of Transformers, a 4-issue miniseries. Both Hasbro, both having comics done at Marvel at the time. But you had Sergeant Slaughter, who was a crossover character from WWF. The Fridge.
Yeah.
The Fridge had a fucking Joe, man.
85 Bears.
Yeah,
Super Bowl
watch out,
Shuffle.
Cobra.
That's the best.
It's rent free in my head, and it's kind of a stemming thing for me. Anytime I hear somebody say, "Well, watch out, Cobra."
Was Mr. T in there?
No, I'm surprised he
It
wasn't.
seems
Now,
like an obvious choice to
does,
do a
doesn't
crossover.
He had his own action.
Maybe
figure
Murdoch.
line.
he had his own thing, and he also was like connected with WWF and Hulkamania. Now, if I'm not mistaken, there was to be a character. I think Rocky Balboa was going to be one. That never came to pass.
The Where's the Beef Lady?
Where's the beef lady?
Punky Brewster is in there.
Punky.
She came,
Homer
she came bundled with Brandon the dog.
in a fridge.
Yeah.
Pets help sell.
The build a fridge.
Junkyard and Mutt.
Only to escape from it. Yeah.
Oh gosh, no. The
Mr. Drummond.
I try to stay.
You ever watch Different Strokes?
It's all good.
It's Mrs.
Now I
Garrett.
just have mine going. I'm like, like the
good.
principal from Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
Like, make him into a G.I.
Yeah,
Joe.
Rooney. Rooney just shows up.
He's in there.
He's in there somewhere too.
Speaking of problematic, he's in Ireland with.
He's in Ireland with that dude from
He's a goat
Antique.
farmer now too.
Yeah. They're in the Highlands together.
Oh, no. Stay away from the Moors.
No, imagine the band they're going to start. Right.
Oh boy, I don't want to think of the lyrics. And God help him, if they do like a
Appetite for,
character-driven
well,
story
we're not gonna
album.
say.
No.
Yeah.
They did end up, though, in the classified line, which I'll speak to here in a moment, do kind of a tribute figure to that called Big Boa that was like a boxer and somewhat modeled on...
Big Bona?
Yes, Big Bona. Dustin.
Big Bad Bona.
Big Bad Bona. Bare back, balls, and butt.
Rambo seems more
Yeah.
I think
likely
that's
than Rocky
part-
Balboa, right?
You would think,
Yeah.
but I think around that time, Rambo got its own cartoon and toy line with Coleco.
That's true.
Which is fucking insane to me.
Well, I mean, what do you really do with Rambo? He's already like the ultimate badass.
That's a great question because I had an action.
You might
figure of him.
downgrade him if you make him a G.I. Joe.
Yeah,
That's true.
You're going to nerf him. In 1991, while A Real American Hero continued to have a shelf presence headed into the 90s, Hasbro also purchased Kenner. Technically, they bought Tonka. Kenner had already been bought by Tonka, thus making it a division of Tonka, which is weird to say. But long and the short of it, Hasbro bought Kenner. And in 1991, transferred the line... They transferred the line over to Kenner, the Kenner division in 1994, who quickly canceled A Real American Hero in favor of a new 90s rollout in the 90s aesthetic, G.I. Joe Extreme, which probably would have been more of when
Yes.
you were a little guy.
They're bigger.
They're bigger.
Oh, they were very extreme.
Oil was
Bandanas.
plentiful. Make them big.
I just remember my dad complaining about how much they cost. You know, like he would get them for me, like for Christmas or whatever. We'd be like,
Oil was
They
cheaper.
had to do like the classic dad thing. We're like, yeah, you better like it. It costs $50 for that figure. You're like guiltily just playing. with it. Yeah,
see you play with it every
I like it. Yeah, it's
I
fun,
love
yeah.
Dad.
This is fun. You're right, Dad.
I don't need to go to college.
I feel like those ones had like the eras though. Like if I remember the ones I had, they were like
so, yeah.
they tapped into like they
Like
did go
Taylor
back
Swift?
to like Vietnam era, like World War II era.
Well, there were
yeah.
like throwback lines, but I do think there was stuff that like tapped into that, or like they.
Yeah, it was just different styles, and they
Yeah.
definitely did different like nationalities.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
That at some point they realized that was a market.
I will say that it was something nice about the Real American Hero line, because like the '60s line, it was a bunch of white dudes.
Yeah.
Then they have fuzzy beards too. Didn't
Well,
they?
yeah, they did add flocking to them eventually. Like they had Joe had a beard, Joe had flocked hair, his eyes were shifty.
Weird. I thought if you had a beard in the '60s, you were just a communist.
Not if it was like well kept, then you were rugged.
Okay.
But if you had like certain types of sideburns, especially if they were like Mungo Jerry
Oh
sideburns.
boy! Don't get me started on Mungo Jerry.
Oh boy.
I don't even need to cut it in now.
But yeah,
Wake up,
that's
Jake.
definitely the era that I came in on. Was
Okay.
like those,
Okay.
where they're like bigger. I feel like they came with like a lot of accessories, like a lot of like
yeah.
little things you could put in their hands. You know, not just guns. It was like
a lot of
mess
knives,
kits and like
swords,
things to dig with, and all these other things.
Slide whistles.
Yeah. Yeah, at one point they did just the guy with the snare drum in the Revolutionary War.
Yeah.
Johnny Reb.
Where he's like, wait a minute, this is all I get?
There was a guy with a fife. Here's what's
Keep playing, brother.
Here's what's interesting, though. Sunbow would return the handle of the new subsequent cartoon for G.I. Joe Extreme, which would end up running from 95 to 96. As far outside of the toys and cartoon, 82 to 94 would be the run for the Joe's comic at Marvel. And for a period, it was their most popular book.
I had some issues.
Solid 12-year run. The Real American Hero iteration of the Joes have, of course, made numerous comic book appearances in subsequent years at companies such as Devil's Due and IDW. Good God, the thing that sometimes we'll talk about, like the additional branding stuff, the ephemeral stuff. What didn't you have? Party supplies, coloring books. I have
TV tray.
You've goddamn right. Lunch boxes.
I had a kite.
School supplies. Yeah, I had a G.I. Joe kite. I got that from one Easter. I have up with on my shelf that has my G.I. Joe classified figures. I have that. She already had it, so I kept it just for decoration. That G.I. Joe paint and marker book. Let's see, apparel.
This is one that just everything you can think of.
If you
G.I.
could
Joe
slap
is big
G.I.
enough.
Joe on it,
Yeah.
fuck yeah, dude.
Toothpaste, probably toothbrushes,
Underoos.
Oh hell yeah!
One thing for some reason is just notable to me, also because it had, I think he was a mail away offer in this serial, and you had mini comics. Is how you got the character Starduster. G.I. Joe's Action Stars cereal. That commercial is just burned in my brain.
I don't remember that
for some reason. As far as legacy toys go, there is a lot as it pertains to like anniversary and retro lines. 97 to 98, Toys R Us had the Stars and Stripes Forever. I think I just saw some of those at your brother's store.
Oh,
this
the John
weekend.
Philip Sousa exclusive?
That's right, Dustin.
That's who wrote
the
that
John
song.
Sousa exclusive toy.
It's an anniversary.
You had the A Real American Hero collection from 2000 to 2002. Of course, the 25th anniversary edition from 07 to 09. 30th anniversary from 2011 to 2012. 50th anniversary in 14 to 16. The retro collection from 20 to 23. Currently, you have G.I. Joe Classified, which has been running since 2020. It's going strong. It's showing no signs of slowing down. Pre-orders for more retro card figures have gone up on April 1st, and you better believe I have them on pre-order.
What do those go for?
A retail or what I pay?
I don't know. Both.
Retail, typically a regular carded figure that's a retro card, like that Lady J he got for me. Granted, she was clearance down to like $3-4. But brand new retro card figure is about, let's call it $28.
Okay.
Now, if you get just a standard release figure, like I'll use my Alley Viper as an example.
I wish you would.
Thank you. That's like in the window box, not like a blister card that comes with all the accessories. Those can, depending on how many accessories, usually I think you're clocking in at about 33 to 35. If it's a figure like my Law and Order figure. Retail on that, he's closer to 45 because it's a figure, accessories, and a pet. I scored a deal on eBay. I got him for like $22.
It's always the pet.
Yeah, but it's so cool.
It's a
he's
big
a good
investment.
he's a good doggo.
Yeah.
But pets are a fucking black hole of money. I have a hookup and I pay less.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that.
You got a guy you're meeting under a bridge in the trunk of his car.
Doesn't matter what I do under that
so
bridge.
he pays in some way for sure.
Snow jobs.
Not this time of year.
That's why you have to keep it in your mouth. That's what they call the.
Yeah, you just have a cup of ice.
Some Vicks
What is-
Vapor Rub.
What in your what's the highlight in your collection? Like what's the thing that like
My favorite?
your house is burning down, you're grabbing this G.I. Joe.
Oh, probably my CoverGirl figures.
Okay.
I have so it's kind of weird, like she was I guess originally intended to be blonde. On the cartoon she had like shorter brownish hair or auburn hair. So listener and producer patron of the show Nostalgia Nate, I wanted to find the first release of CoverGirl that looks more like her her attire is more like the cartoon, and she has the brown hair. He found one for me discounted, and he's in fucking Canada, and sent it to me. So I have her, and then I think about 2 years ago, they did the retro cards, which it's like a 6-inch classified figure, but they cart it like it's a vintage figure. So it's like that classic Larry Hama art, file card on the back, and they did her blonde look with swappable heads. So it's like one where like flowing blonde hair. My favorite setup is like she's got her wrench on her tool belt. She's holding a hammer, and she's got a ball cap on with a ponytail. That's my favorite. That's my favorite figure.
So house is burned down. You grab that, then you hit up to Henry's room, see if he's all right.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much. He's a resourceful kid.
He is.
Jay.
Did you get your toy, Dad? Okay, let's go.
He'd already be outside. Did you get the cover girl, Dad?
Like, you understand, right, son?
He gets it.
Did you get the 8 animals?
He gets it. He completely understands.
Smart kid.
That is a standout character for me. I will say 2 figures I recently added. I think I glossed over this. I own 2 Joes that I bought with my own money when I was a kid. I bought Nagahide, and I had an Alley Viper, and I now have Nagahide and Alley Viper in classified form. And there's something about both those figures that just called me. Like one's just, I think you held up a picture of him. He's just like a fucking outback wild man.
And Gnaw is spelled Gnaw.
Because he knows that
That makes sense.
Nagahide.
And he's one that was packaged with pets. So he has like it's not articulated, but he has a monkey you can put on his shoulder.
Hell yeah.
And he has this fucking warthog as a pet.
the warthog is nuts.
Oh, yeah. And then the Alley Viper, there's something about it that it was Illini colors, which I've liked the Illini since I was a kid. So it's like blue and orange camo, which makes no fucking sense. But it just
on Mars, maybe.
Oh, yeah, Mars.
They did
I
us
can
a
see that.
favor by losing in the Final Four the other night, because otherwise I would have requested I patch the game in so I can at least watch it on mute. Because I wasn't going to miss Illinois in the
Would have allowed
NCAA
it.
finals.
Would have 100%
Yeah.
allowed it. So yeah, that is absolutely going strong. As far as the cinema is concerned, Real American Hero has had a presence in the theater as well. You had films based on the characters created for the line in 2009 with the G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra, and its sequel, Retaliation, released in 2013. And 2021, how it took this long between the sequel and the release of essentially the third movie is beyond me. But 8 years later, you saw the release of Snake Eyes, which didn't do well.
I saw it with Nicolas Cage.
Different Snake Eyes.
That was like 1999.
Different.
I must have seen like a sneak preview or something.
Different Snake.
It's the first date with my high school girlfriend. It was not a great date
Different
movie.
Snake Eyes.
My cousin had to buy the tickets.
Guess what?
It was rated R.
Guess what? The
we were 16. We can't buy the tickets.
Guess what? The Baldwin in that movie not related to Stephen, Alec, William, or Danny.
Billy Baldwin.
Adam Baldwin?
Yeah, Adam Baldwin. He's not related to him.
You're right. It's not.
Yeah. I don't understand why I got
Jason's just looking at us like, this is common knowledge.
Yeah,
We all know this.
we all know it.
My bodyguard
So-
Baldwin.
He was in My Bodyguard, right?
He was
Him and Chris Makepeace.
From Meatballs, right?
Yes. You know that, but you don't know that the Nicolas Cage Snake Eyes is not related to this franchise.
I don't know.
I don't know.
He's right.
So Snake Eyes just straight to, was that a straight to streaming service?
No, it had a
It
theatrical
had a theater?
release. It did have a theatrical release.
Transformers really has like 7 or 8 movies now, right?
Yeah.
Like big.
It's one of those things I keep seeing previews for and just not caring.
Are you
about.
counting
Yeah.
Bumblebee?
Hell yeah, I'm counting fucking Bumblebee.
I like Bumblebee.
I haven't seen Bumblebee.
I haven't seen any of them.
I want to.
No,
I've seen the
I
first
saw
couple.
The second one, maybe. Yeah.
It just seems like before they ended up doing Bumblebee, it was diminishing returns. Like the
Yeah.
first one was fine, so
I
was
own
the
the
second one, and
first
then it's like,
three, which is more than most.
then by the time you get the Wahlberg, like I think we're dealing with the Transformer here.
Yeah.
It's like this is not. So they let it breathe for a little bit, and then did Bumblebee, which was like retro. Was it nice? Set in the 80s.
With the Haley Steinfeld just had a baby.
She had
We
a
wish her
baby,
luck.
as we do all Haley Steinfelds with
She
babies.
married a quarterback.
She married a quarterback.
Buffalo Bills.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
That's exciting. I will.
Any future movies planned?
As of right
this
now, no,
franchise.
no rumblings of it. But
Snake Eyes burned them.
it kind of burned it for a minute.
The budget's low now.
If
Yeah,
you,
no money left.
How about a Destro origin story?
no amount of hungry hippos can save them now.
Well, Sci-Fi season 1 Doctor Who. I don't know his name. Christopher something played
Eccleston.
Eccleston. That's right. Played Destro.
Yes,
Joseph
I do
Gordon-Levitt
remember
was
that.
Cobra Commander. Sienna Miller was fucking Baroness. Yeah. God,
He turned into Tigger there.
she's foxy. She's foxy. It should be, I think, something that has to be noted, or a piece of pop culture that has to be stated. 2003.
Great year.
You end up getting what could be considered wonderful year, a piece of adjacent media that would help keep Joes in the zeitgeist in the early 2000s, and that would be the Fensler films, which utilized redubbed versions of G.I. Joe PSAs done in absurdist manners in the early days of YouTube. Please tell me you're familiar.
I have not seen these. No.
What?
Well, that's what we're watching after this.
You called it Fensler Films.
Yeah.
Nobody knows it by that name.
Okay.
Give him
Pork chop sandwiches.
Give him the most popular example.
Yeah.
The
Who
GI,
wants a body massage?
yeah, the GI Joe.
We named a tier after it.
PSAs that were
Yeah.
overdubbed in the
Okay.
early days of the internet.
Yeah, I've not seen these. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh, Jay.
Yeah, this is early days.
I've got time.
viral video
Yeah.
internet shit.
We'll play them after the show.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're gonna work several of them in.
Body
But
massage
yeah,
machine
we have a patron level that is named after one of them, and Jason has to rub their
Yes,
body.
he does have to rub their body.
I don't
with
mind.
Oils. That was a nice play.
Ever since my daughter went to college, Brett, I got nothing but time on my hands.
Blanco
Times for
Nino.
oils, snow jobs.
But too bad you got sacked.
Let's go ahead and kick it to commercial.
It's not time for that.
He's done it 3 episodes
It's
in
not
a row.
time for. But
I think he knows when the commercial breaks
I do
are.
want him to do it. But no. Needless to say, G.I. Joe, a real American hero, not only redefined and reinvigorated the brand, it went on to define what the brand would be moving forward, even to this day, as seen in any attempts at media related to the materials, as well as the current classified line. Gentlemen, any final thoughts on G.I. Joe, a real American hero?
Unbelievable staying power. That's
Yeah.
what I'll say. Like just in its initial run, a lot of the stuff that we talk about, you got like
What, 1-2 seasons?
12 to 18 months. This is an incredible run.
And
So,
a lot
good
of
for them.
a lot of times when they bring back an old school toy for the next generation, it doesn't hit. This got even more popular and more in depth and blew the fuck up.
Yeah.
And it was something that maybe our parents were aware of, but we did it right in the 80s, and then we got extreme.
Oh, you got very extreme.
That's where Brett comes in. He loves the extreme.
That's what people say about me. I mean, I'm a pretty extreme guy.
Hell yeah. Who could blame him?
If it's
Look at
not,
those tattoos.
If it's not cheese dusted or any kind of cool ranch,
Yeah.
he ain't got time.
I want something ranch blasted.
Yeah, I'm not eating regular
Sparkles and
Cheez-Its.
Jane.
I'm eating the extra cheddar.
Throw that in the garbage.
Get the fuck out of
Extra
here.
cheddar Cheez-Its only.
I want it to hurt my teeth to eat.
Fuck the government. Fuck your plain cheese.
Kick the commercial.
Yeah.
My man.
Snake Eyes is a riveting, fast-paced mystery. Nicolas Cage delivers a high-voltage performance. He is electrifying, a heart-pounding thriller filled with excitement. This is classic De Palma, well-acted and stylish. It will leave you breathless.
They missed him with that second shot. Missed you.
Nicolas Cage, and the Galactic Killer. Snake Eyes, rated R. Tomorrow, everywhere.
What's for lunch?
It's Hungry Hungry Hippo! Hungry Hungry Hippo! We're hungry hungry hippos! We love to feed our face! We're hungry hungry hippos! We're in an eating race!
It's Hungry Hungry Hippos. First to gobble up the most marbles wins.
Hungry hungry hippos! We're hungry hungry hippos! We love to feed our face! We're hungry hungry hippos! We're in an eating race! How's about dessert? We're hungry hungry hippos! Hungry hungry hippos! Hungry hungry
He'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there. It's here, the G.I. Joe collection. Infantry trooper, codename Grunt. Bazooka soldier, codename Zap. Motor soldier, codename Short Fuse. Laser rifle trooper, codename Flash. Ranger, codename Stalker. Communications officer, codename Breaker. Machine gunner, codename Rock and Roll. Counterintelligence, codename Scarlet. Commando, codename Snake Eyes. Each soldier sold separately. G.I. Joe from Hasbro.
There's a buried treasure waiting for you at Merrimack Caverns, just an hour west of St. Louis off Interstate 44. Merrimack Caverns is the greatest show under the earth. Guided tours, well-lighted concrete walkways, and handicapped access make the spectacular beauty of the caverns the perfect family entertainment location. Enjoy the total Merrimack Caverns experience. Motel, campgrounds, restaurant, and boat rides on the scenic Merrimack River. Merrimack Caverns, the natural way to enjoy the day.
I'm really proud at how well you're doing kicking the commercial button.
It is your mentorship that has guided me. Thank you.
Well, it's cyclical because I feel like everything I know about podcasting, I learned from both of you.
I just make the commercials.
And man, you choose some great ones.
That's my part. I help.
I did it. I'm doing my part.
I already know what 3 of them are going to be just based on previous conversation this episode.
Fan-diddly-tastic. Oh, now you know the story of G.I. Joe, a real American hero, and knowing is half the battle.
It's in our theme every week.
Brendan Fraser. But join us next time as we explore another property that involves Larry Hama, part of the anthropomorphic extreme animal craze of the 90s. It's Bucky O'Hare. We do plugs here at the end. We're going to start real quick with Radio Rewind. It's these two gentlemen and our friend Tyler. It's every Friday. It's on the Drunken Lullabies feed.
It is.
Check it out, won't you please? Brett, give us a little more sweet plugging.
So you guys all need to go buy our fucking album, okay? Like, that's the plug I'm going to give you.
How many press?
We pressed 200 copies of a record. We pressed
limited print run.
Yeah,
it's a future investment.
Yeah, we made a few more. But the thing that I realized this time versus our last record is that you're always going to have extras. So I set aside a few extras to just like send out to people. I call it the hopeful category.
Okay.
Where it's like these are the people that are usually reserved. You have to like pay them to write about your band. But I'm just going to send them one.
Okay.
And be like, hey, man, it's here. Why don't you listen to it?
Give it a listen.
And if you like it, write about it for free.
May I ask if it, because you guys are going to the release party show on Friday.
That's my plan, yes, is to go to that.
Okay.
Jason's just going for the drag show.
Just for the drag.
Yeah, it's none of anyone's business where I'm going, but yeah.
And will you have physical copies there? Will you guys grab me, whichever one of you go, I will reimburse you, obviously. Will you grab me one? And will you save one for them?
I've got one out in the car for you.
Say please.
Oh.
He'll be, you're right.
I don't have cash on me. I can PayPal
Okay.
you.
You can PayPal me.
Okay.
Done. Yes, I'll do it.
If you'd like, I can. I'll save it until Friday. That way,
Whatever.
you can
Whatever's
get
good for you.
Well, I want you to get the credit.
Okay.
You know, I want you to get like this is like the Seinfeld, like the pickup credit. You know.
Yeah, I want the.
I just read about. I just read about that.
the big salad.
The big salad. I just read about.
I want to be thanked.
Either way, if I would let. And then there's a story involved. Yeah, I got this for there. It could be a sack.
Yeah, I don't care. It's fine. I'll do it.
Okay. I don't know if did you pull out the record? The one cool thing that
I love the look of this. It fits.
Yeah. So my friend Ryan.
Tell us about that cover and tell us about the record too.
So my friend Ryan in St. Louis does great photography, and he teaches photography down there, among other things. And so I hit him up, and I was like, "Hey, we really need like a good picture of something that helps tell the story of this album." And I was like, what I want to do is book like a really, really bad motel room and kind of give you my ideas. And that's what we did. My family was down in St. Louis for vacation. So we synced up, and I sent him a picture of like, hey, man, I found this hotel just outside of town. It looks terrible. It's got terrible reviews. It looks like a murder scene. But meet me there.
Somebody
and he
lost
came there
a
with his
kidney
girlfriend and met me there. And like we checked in, and it looked super questionable because I got there, and the guy was just like, "Oh, you're here? Hold on just a second. Let me get the room ready for you."
Oh, that's a good start.
Yeah. So he went there, and he goes, "Okay, it's ready for you." And I'm like, and there was no key. He just left the door unlocked. Okay, cool. And then so we go into the room, check it out. We're like, yeah, this is perfect. This is everything we had hoped for. Like I'd seen a picture online.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, if it still looks like this, because sometimes they update them, but not the pictures. And I was like, if this is true, this is perfect.
It's not this, is it? This
It's
Best
not
Western?
that.
There's a postcard on the back of like an old school Best Western. It's not that.
It's not that.
Okay, I gotcha.
No, I can't remember the name of the one that we went to, but Man, it was run down, and like it had like the floral '90s sheets and like the like red or green carpet or whatever. But the questionable part of this is that like the owner watched me and Ryan and his girlfriend walk in, 2 guys and 1 girl with like a bunch of camera equipment, and then like 2 hours later emerge and be like, you know what, we're all done, my guy. We're checking out. We're taking off.
We're shooting a music video.
And it was like the guy's wife that was up at the front counter this time. And she's like, you're leaving already? I was like, yeah, I just wanted to meet up with some friends. And we did that. And like,
guess what?
I thought about telling
Not the
whole
first time they've had this happen.
No, not at all. And I thought about just saying, yeah, we're shooting an album cover in there. Yeah. But I was like, at this point, I don't think they're going to believe that.
Care.
Yeah.
No. I do want to say I clocked that cover when we walked in because I saw it over here, saw it there, and I absolutely love it. And then seeing the back of it looks great.
Yeah,
it's
the vinyl. That's why I told Dustin to pull it out because we the day that we were like, I went over to Toad's house, the keyboard player, and I was like, hey man, I'm always paranoid I'm going to fuck something up, like submitting the songs, submitting the artwork, all this stuff. It's like a lot of pressure. So I went over there. I was like, just kind of double check it, help me out. And then I forgot that the guy at the pressing plant, like part of the deal that we signed up for, is like you get a color, like it's not just a black vinyl, it's a color. I'm like, oh shit, a color. So we're looking at all the color options, and we're texting the band chat, but nobody's replying. And so we're drinking High Lifes, and we're like, beer is a color that you can get.
Yes,
all right, well we're just doing beer.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So yeah, what you just pulled out.
I've got a few beer colored vinyl.
What beer looks like, I guess. I don't know. I think it looks more like the piss you take after you drink a bunch of beers. Like,
I don't know. I've drank some beers.
Some beers,
like you're slightly dehydrated.
I've drank some beers that look like that.
Again, we really like the album, and thank you for sharing that with us. And look forward to the release party. Big accomplishment. Congratulations, Brett.
Yeah.
And everyone should go out there and check out the album. It's really cool.
Because we've been wanting to get Brett on, like I said, for months, but we were just waiting patiently.
Yeah, you had hit me up a while back, and I was like, man, I don't have anything to promote.
Yeah,
there's nothing. I mean, not that I think the last time I did Radio Rewind, I don't think we really had anything going on.
No, it's just
and that was fun too. Yeah. So it doesn't always have to be that way. But I knew this was coming up.
Yep.
So I was like, let's
This
wait.
is fun. We got
this
to
is the promo tour.
Promote an album. We got to talk about some toys. We got to talk about cartoons and comics.
we did
fantastic.
it. We did it.
I love it. I love it. Well, I'm going to throw in some extra plugs here just at the end. Keep an eye out on the socials because I know April 18th, in honor of Miss Allison Troy's birthday, we'll be doing a retro cavalcade and possibly a clubhouse takeover. And keep an eye on the YouTube channel for Yesterdaze. Not only are back episodes going up, but here and there I've been doing beers and unboxing, which has been like fun. Just drinking a beer, stream of consciousness, talking to the camera, and opening up fucking toys and shit. Here at the end, as always, we do want to thank our producers at the end of the episode, and that is going to be Mo, Patron Mike, Nostalgia Nate, Mike Afonso, and Allison Troy, the Retro Toy Princess. I do want to give additional thanks to my friends Lawrence from A Punk with Toys, Ken from Toy Connections, and my buddy Ed from Action Figures. I will have links to all their YouTubes and Instagrams and what have you.
Are you going to tell them you love them?
I do love them. I have no problem. What? Like, it's not taboo for me. I have no problem telling
That's
somebody I love them. Sorry, you guys have hangups. I don't.
I have hangups.
You do. You do.
Do you have a hard time expressing love?
Yeah.
He does. I don't.
There's people that you can talk to about that. They charge you $150 an hour.
Yeah.
Or you could become a patron for $20 a month, and Derek will tell you he loves you every week.
Every week. Speaking of
love you.
I love you. Speaking of which, if you yourself are in the position to help our humble show grow, won't you please consider becoming a patron today at patreon.com/Yesterdaze podcast. That is going to wrap it up for Yesterdaze this week, but come back next Monday.
Thanks, Brett.
Thank you, guys.
I'm sorry. Thank you, Brett.